Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about Season 4 of Orange is the New Black. If you haven't, you can check out my previous reviews for Seasons 1, 2, and 3 of Orange is the New Black up in the cards thing. And if you have seen those reviews, then you know that I felt that Season 1 was good, it was fun, it had a good mix of drama and comedy, while still keeping everything pretty light. Seasons 2 and 3 for me had the same problem. They were too all over the place, and that good balance between the drama and the comedy was sort of lost. Also, it felt like both Season 2 and Season 3 didn't really have a consistent storyline. It was still a lot of fun, and a lot of these characters are interesting, but it just felt like a collection of stories that just happened to unfold at the same place and at the same time. The story as a whole just didn't move anywhere. Most of Season 3 could have just as easily not happened, and the story would stay the same. So after one good season and two seasons, I didn't really have my hopes up for Season 4. So Season 4 continues to follow the cast of characters at Litchfield, a women's minimum security prison. This was a return to form for Orange is the New Black. First of all, there's a story. There's a strong overall story that ties everything together, and the individual stories of the characters are all connected or somehow affect one another. In the end of the last season, the prison was privatized and acquired by a corporation called MCC, which is basically your cartoonishly evil, generic evil corporation. Also, the prison gets a new set of guards after the majority of the old staff just walked out. So there's a huge change in how the prison runs and who runs it, and a lot of the story in this season is about how both sides, inmates and the prison staff, handled this change. And along with that, you also have the personal stories of major characters on both sides. What I loved about this season is that everything is important. If we learn more about a character through seeing bits and pieces of her past, there's a reason for that. It somehow affects her state of mind, or it somehow affected who she is today. A huge thing that this season has going for it is that we already know these characters. Even if Season 2 and 3 weren't the best, if we're here at Season 4, it means that we watched those seasons and we're very familiar with the personalities of characters like Tasty and Piper and Alex. We know how they think and we know what can drive them over the edge. Season 4 makes beautiful use of this asset. Every time a character does something, the show knows exactly whether or not it needs to give us some extra context as to why she did that thing. Something else that this season pulls off that Season 2 or 3 didn't really pull off is not having a main character. Piper, of course, still has some prominence as she was the main character in Season 1, but I don't really think she gets more screen time than the others. The plot moves at a great pace from story to story, and because all of these stories are somehow connected or affect one another, it just feels natural. It's all part of one big thing. It's not scattered like it was in Seasons 2 and 3. The stories themselves they're good. This season definitely has a lot of comedy and fun in it, but it's also the darkest season this show ever had. If you're an emotional watcher, this season will destroy a little part of your soul. This season is a drama. It's heavier and it's darker and it's better. My favorite character in this season was undoubtedly Tasty. She's just great and I love her. She's intelligent, she's the voice of reason, and she's so much fun. For a lot of characters in the season, the story here is about transformation, and often a very painful transformation. And I think that going through that type of journey or process with a character can be a very powerful thing if a show does it right. And this season does it very well. The performances are incredible and there's so much pain in this season you can almost feel it. Season 4 also introduces some new characters that we will learn to either hate or love, but anyway they fit right in and play a part in the story. They don't feel like outsiders we now have to deal with, which is what happens with new characters on some other shows. So good for you, Orange is the New Black Season 4, good for you. And good for us, because this season was great. Bottom line, should you watch it? You've stuck it out with this show this long, and you, my friend, deserve a treat. This is, in my eyes, the best season of Orange is the New Black so far. It tells an interesting, deep story. It takes a stand on the issues it believes in. It tells the personal, sad, and dark stories of characters you want to meet. And it still manages to have fun. This season did not lose that Orange is the New Black brand of comedy. It's still very much there, only now it's wrapped around this incredibly strong story. We don't have a rating system here at Binge Watchers, but we do have one validation that only some seasons of some shows get. And season 4 of Orange is the New Black is Binge Watchers certified awesome. I will be doing a spoiler discussion video about this season pretty soon, so let me know in the comments what you thought about this show, what you thought about this season, what you think about the characters, what story resonated with you the most, what was sad, what was happy. Let me know your thoughts down there, and the quicker you can get them in there, I want to use them in that video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out a lot. And if you're finding Binge Watchers for the first time, welcome. I'd like to invite you to join the Binge Watchers community. Come talk about TV with us. It's a lot of fun. Consider subscribing. But in any case, keep binging, and I will see you next time.